Triangulation is, it's a simple concept, but it's like more complicated than it sounds. So the idea is, so you have a triangle, which is probably where the name came from, because you're triangulating, I guess. And you want to replicate this triangle. It's just kind of another method of drawing without tracing. It's like a more hyper-focused referencing style. So you pick any point on the triangle. It doesn't matter which one, it doesn't matter where you put it on your paper. So say I want to put it right here. Let's say we'll copy that one. Now pick your second point. It can be either of these 2 points, doesn't matter which one. And it doesn't matter how far away you put it. The only thing that matters is the angle. So you want to match this angle right here. So you can make it smaller, or you can make it longer and bigger. The size doesn't matter, only the angle matters. So, hold on, just trying to get a feel for it. So maybe that's like my line right here. It's a little bit off, but we'll pretend it's correct. And from these 2 points, you can triangulate the third point right here by referencing it from both points. And the idea is you're duplicating an exact copy, or at least very close to exact. So you find the third point by doing the angles from the first point and the second point, if that makes sense. Kind of like that way. And then now you found your third point. So if I did it better, it'd match a little bit better, but you're duplicating something. So it's very helpful. I learned this when I was taking some art class a couple years ago. I don't remember what it was. But yeah, so like if you're looking at, say, this dude's face, and it's a little bit more complicated than a triangle, but it's the same idea. So you can take any points. So let's start right here under the ear. That's point number 1. And say we want to get to point number 2. Let's make the bottom of the back of his jaw point number 2. So you mark point number 1, and then you get the angle to where your point number 2 is. And it can be any size. So you can make his face bigger or smaller. It doesn't matter. And then from there, you can find any third point. So say you wanted to find the back of his neck right here. That could be your third point. So then you triangulate your third point, the back of his neck right here, from an angle to reference from your first point and your second point. And assuming you do it correctly, you'll have the exact location on your paper where the back of the neck is, aka point number 3. And then from there, you can just keep going and keep, because if you make every point you do before that correct, then you can use them to reference later points. So then you can pick any other points. So say you did this point and this point and this point, and then you have a bunch more points to use to triangulate and figure out other stuff. And hopefully that makes sense. That's triangulation.